Um, Replacing a thermostat on an '03 Lincoln Aviator is a project. It's on the driver's side. It's on the driver's side, right next to the oil filter. I removed the tire, and I took the I removed the clamp from the top side of the car, and I removed the bottom clamp, which is the bolt is right there. That hose. There's two bolts. There's two bolts on the face of the clamp, and the reason I did that is because there's two bolts here on the bottom, and I couldn't figure out a way, or I couldn't get a wrench in there to remove that bolt. I had to remove the power steering hose over here in order for it to come out. And as you can see, it poured some of my power steering fluid down there. So right now I'm going to take it apart and put the thermostat in. Okay, I've removed these two bolts are 8mm, and I have separated the housing. The bolts in the face, I forgot to tell you, they're 10mm, and the one on the left hand side up in here, the one on the left hand side is pretty easy to get, but the one on the right hand side is really difficult. You need an extra small socket to get in there and take that one off. Now there's two gaskets on this project. There's a gasket that goes on the thermostat, and then there's another, and that's the thermostat gasket, and then there's a gasket on the side, the water side. And when I was at the store, I didn't understand that, but it has two. It has the gasket for the water gasket wall, and then the one for the thermostat. I've put the thermostat in, and I've tightened the two bolts up snug, and I'm going to put it back together now. I pulled it through, and I connected the top hose, and now I'm going to connect the bottom hose. Now I've connected the bottom hose. Now I'm going to put the bolts back in. Well, I've got it back in, and I've got the two bolts started. And you can see that back bolt is a difficult bolt to handle. So I'm going to put that bolt back in now. Okay, I got the two bolts tight. The pressure's not very much, so you don't want to get them too tight. And I'm going to put the power steering hose back on now. Okay, I put my bottom clamp back on, which is right here. The bottom clamp is back on. I put the power steering hose back on, and I'll have to replace the power steering fluid on that. And then the top one's on there. I'll open the bleeder valve up, and I will put fluid back in there so I don't have any air pockets. I have it jacked up in the air so that when I put the fluid in there and let it run for a while, that it will take out the air pockets. And I had to remove the mud flap, and I'm going to put that back on now, and I'll have to put the tire back on. These are the things you need to do, and the only tools you need is a half-inch, not a half-inch, but a 10mm and a 8mm to take it apart, and pair of vice grips, and that's it. It's on the driver's side, and I've been looking for one of these videos for a long time. I have the tire back on, the mud flap on, and I am ready to put some antifreeze in it and see what's up.